What's going on, everyone? This is ODC. That's me, and I'm here with my NXT Takeover Dallas review. Um, uh, wow. I'm just putting my notes in front of me here. Uh, wow. What a show. I mean, whew. I I had to watch it. I just finished watching it my third time. Been on WWE Network all day, and I got off work today, thank God. And it's nice to just sit home and relax and just watch just a absolute fantastic show. What else is there really to say besides go watch it for yourself? I mean, pretty much at this point, go go watch your WrestleMania because tomorrow when the real WrestleMania is on, you're gonna if you watch Takeover Dallas and then you watch WrestleMania tomorrow, my prediction for WrestleMania tomorrow, not even gonna come remotely 5% close to NXT Takeover Dallas. NXT Takeover Dallas was something of a phenomenon. It was absolutely beautifully put together. Um, overall, I gave this show a 9.5 out of 10. The only reason I didn't give it a full 10 is because we missed out on the Apollo Crews Elias Sampson match. It was actually scrapped to a dark match, I believe. I guess they either didn't have enough time or they didn't feel it was right, so they moved it to a dark match. I actually don't even know the outcome of the match, if it even happened. I don't know. I heard from numerous people that um, it was a dark match, but I don't know the outcome. So I'm sorry, I can't let you guys know who won that. But reviewing the show, like I said, go watch it for yourself. You don't even need to listen to my review. If you're listening right now, then turn this video off, please, and go watch it on the WWE Network. For God's sakes, if you don't even have the network, it's free this whole month. You can watch Takeover Dallas and WrestleMania 32 for free. Go watch it. You're getting Takeover Dallas, which is fantastic. Um, the majority of my picks that I had, I was pretty close. I had what three right out of five, and one I was really on the fence with. It was very tough. Well, actually, I would say both of them I was kind of on the fence with, but I really thought. Anyway, I'll get to that. I don't want to skip around. Talking about the first match is the Revival versus the American Alpha. The American Alpha. Oh God. Yeah, this was a fantastic tag team match. I almost wish this was in the middle um, of the card, but this was absolutely a fantastic way to open up the show, get people really going. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my sock. Um, get people really going. I mean, I believe there's only like a couple spots where they botched. It was one where they were lifting up Gable, I believe, for like a power bomb. It was a power bomb tag team move, and they went to go lift him up, and it looked like he slipped, and then I believe uh, Dash was slipping off the top rope. Either he slipped or he leapt. He was leaping too late, and it just caused them to kind of botch it. It seemed like I can't remember who it was lifting up Gable. Whoever's lifting up Gable was having issues lifting him up. I don't know what was going on. It seemed like some sort of miscommunication. That's all it was. But the crowd really let them fucking have it, man. Called they were chanting Botchamania. And I don't think Dash and Dawson actually knew what they were chanting because they were like you saw them like kind of like yeah, Botchamania, yeah, and I don't think they understood what the crowd was saying. They were just like going with it. I thought that was kind of funny. But there was another move where they botched too. I believe it was a move in the corner. I think someone was going for a spear and someone tripped or something like that. I can't remember. There was another part where they botched, but it really didn't take away from what the match was. Everyone going into this match wanted American Alpha to win. they had been building and building and building and building and building and building for American Alpha, and I feel like they finally got their payoff. We as fans got our payoff. They're a fantastic tag team, and I feel like the Revival is ready to go up to the main roster. Hopefully, they're not misused like everyone from NXT is misused, even Neville. But hopefully, the Revival will do something bigger in the main roster. I don't know that for a fact that they're going up to the main roster. I'm just assuming. They dropped the titles. They don't really have much else left to do in NXT. Kind of makes sense to put them up there. And the Revival is a throwback. They're a throwback tag team. They're very similar to like the Brain Busters is what I would think. They a lot of what they do, their psychology. Even when they what was it? I think Dash. Yeah, I think Dash went underneath the ring, and Gable was going for a hot tag on Jason Jordan, and Dash went underneath the ring to the other side of the ring and pulled down Jason Jordan to stop the hot tag from coming in. I thought that was very clever. A lot of what they do reminds me of something that the Brain Busters would do. That's something they would do. So I really can enjoy them. Like I said, if they go up to the main roster, my main worry with them is that people are just not going to get what kind of tag team they are, and I just hope they don't flounder, and I hope the writers don't give up on them. I hope Vince McMahon doesn't give up on them because he likes to give up on everyone that isn't Roman Reigns. Sorry, like dry mouth right now. I gotta get some water. But solid match, great opener. American Alpha wins the tag team titles. Beautifully done. Everyone goes home happy so far. Next match, we had Austin Aries versus Baron Corbin. This was a solid match, I would say, and I am not a big Baron Corbin fan. I call him Boring Corbin, to be honest with you. I'm just not a fan of his the generic biker, badass, big dude. I don't know. It's just kind of. If I wanted to watch that, I'd go watch DOA in 1997. You know what I mean? I don't really care about that. But I don't know. I don't really like his look. He just comes off a little bit boring. I don't know. A lot of wrestlers these days wear a lot of black. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not saying be the most flamboyant person ever, but if you wear some colors, I mean, I get you're trying to be a badass, so you're wearing dark colors, but I don't know. Do something different. Everyone wears black. It's boring nowadays. Anyway, going back to what I was saying, this is a solid match. And like I said, I'm not a big Baron Corbin fan, but I thought he did a good job. He's actually becoming more and more enthralled with the crowd and kind of getting in their heads. He's becoming more vocal in the ring while he's working, which is good for him. I know he's limited in certain areas, but I think he's stepped it up. So, I mean, as much as I just don't care for him, he did a good job in this match. Austin Aries, pretty much was just basically selling the entire match. They were playing your typical big guy versus small guy roles, and that was pretty much it. I thought Aries was going to go in there and put on a wrestling clinic, and he kind of did. I mean, like I said, it's not one of Aries' best matches, but I feel like the more that these two start working together, and the better the feud gets down the road, which I don't think this is nearly the end of this feud. If NXT is smart, they will continue this feud and continue to help Baron Corbin along the way, so this way he can develop better. And I think the right guy in the ring for him right now is Austin Aries. So, continuing down the line, I think Baron Corbin should probably go over next. That's just what I would do, just to make this a rivalry. But I thought it was a solid match. Not as good as the tag team match in the opener, but solid match overall. Aries goes over with a roll-up pin from a reversal, actually, roll-up pin from the End of Days on Baron Corbin. Kind of surprises Baron Corbin. He's kind of like left there like this. I can't believe that just happened. I thought that was good on his part to go that route instead of going the angry, I'm so mad I lost. I'm going to beat you up. I hate that. Just be surprised and let Aries have his time. So, next match, like I said, we didn't get Apollo Crews, Elias Sampson, which I was actually kind of curious about. They'll probably have that on the next NXT. Hopefully, we see that. I know it was kind of a short feud that was started between the two, so hopefully that's probably a reason why they took it off the card to begin with, because those two don't have too much going on going into the pay-per-view. So I kind of get it. Next, we had Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Holy shit. I'll say it again. Holy shit. This is wrestling. Let me just tell you. All that shit that's been on Monday Night Raw for the last fucking 4 months is just garbage compared to what Zayn and Nakamura did in the ring last night. Wow. Match of the year, hands down. Hands down, match of the year. PWI Insider does anything, or PWI does anything with their match of the year candidate, this better be it. It better fucking win, too. This was absolutely a phenomenal 5-star match, easily. 5 stars across the board. These guys just put on a absolute wrestling clinic going into this match. The hype was there. You could feel the emotion between the two, especially this being Zayn's last NXT match that we know of, because he's permanently in the main roster. This was just absolutely an awesome match. You got to see Nakamura for the first time, and if it were up to me, this would be one of Nakamura's last matches in NXT. I would put his ass in the main roster immediately, especially if you're looking for people to main event or if you're looking to push new talent, because the guy's just got it. He has it. And now that you have this match, you could even have a feud between Nakamura and Zayn. Shit, do it a 3-way. You fucking throw Kevin Owens in there and it would be phenomenal. My God, it was just, I'm not trying to, talk it up so much, but like, if you haven't seen the match, go watch the match. It was absolutely brutal. Just, it was brutal and awesome at the same time. I don't even know how that how that works, but there was one point in the match, and I just love that Nakamura did this. He actually had a busted nose from all the forearms that they were exchanging. Zayn and Nakamura were exchanging forearms back and forth for it seemed like 5 minutes. It was absolutely an awesome segment, and then he got a busted nose, and he knocked Zayn down, and he just went like this to his nose, and then licked it, and then spit it out, and the fucking crowd just went ballistic when that happened. It was awesome. I mean, you rarely see things like that happen anymore. You rarely see blood anymore because PG. We'll get to the PG chance later in the review here. Just an awesome. There's so many different things going on in this match. I just said, I just had to watch it for the 3rd time this show, and like I said, this is one of the best shows I've seen in probably 15 years. And I'm talking all WWE events. I don't give a fuck what event it was. This was better. Better. And a lot of it had new talent in it that a lot of the regular viewers won't know. Like, you got yourself an Austin Aries, you got yourself a Shinsuke Nakamura. A lot of these guys, the general public, the masses won't know. Your your casual viewer, I should say, won't know who these people are. But if you watch the match, you know what a good product is. And that was a good product in the ring. Definitely my candidate for match of the year. Shinsuke Nakamura goes over Sami Zayn via pinfall. Next, we had Bayley versus Asuka. Holy shit. Wow. I did not see this going the direction that it did. I'll be honest with you. Granted, I was on the fence. I was like, you know what? I kind of had this feeling, maybe Bayley might get called up. We don't know. She said in an interview that she doesn't want to be called up, but it's not really up to her, I don't think. At the end of the day, it's up to Vince McMahon, what he wants. So I originally had Asuka winning this match, but then I switched it to Bayley in my video. So I was kind of on the fence with it, but Asuka goes over on Bayley and becomes a new NXT Women's Champion. It was absolutely just a wonderfully done match. These two worked so well together, and I can't wait for her. I hope we at least get one more match with these two before she leaves NXT. Please. And I normally don't like women wrestling. I'll be totally honest with you. I'm not a male misogynist. The divas have just put a rotten taste in my mouth, and I don't like it. So, there's also rumors that the divas title is out the door too, but that's a different story for a different time. Fantastic match. I'd give it a 4.5 out of 5. They did if you look at Bayley versus Sasha Banks, the 30-man Iron Woman match, whatever you want to call it, and then you compare this to Asuka, it's kind of tough to compare these two. It was that good of a match. It really was. Asuka wins with the Asuka lock. At the end, Bayley does not tap out. She actually passed out. So Asuka was declared the winner at the end, which I thought was a good way to go for Bayley. I mean, if you're going to go, you have the argument to come back and say, hey, I want my rematch. I'm entitled to that. I never tapped out. I was never pinned. Same thing with Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bret Hart. You didn't beat me. I beat me. My body wouldn't let me go anymore. Fantastic match. I didn't even have a problem. The crowd was fucking stunned. They were like, what? Asuka won? They were stunned. They didn't know how to handle it, and then they started cheering after. But it was like an awkward pause for like 10 seconds, and they were all like, what the fuck? So I mean, it was a surprise for some people. I was surprised. I'll be honest with you. I really thought Bayley was going to go over, and they were going to continue a feud if she was going to stay in NXT. But now it seems like since she lost the title, maybe they'll have a rematch, and then maybe Bayley might be due to go to the main roster. For all I know, she could end up on fucking Monday Night Raw on Monday. So who knows? But great match. Like I said, 4.5 out of 5. Finn versus Joe for the NXT Championship. This could have gone two ways. This match, very odd moments in the match. I thought the awkward moments helped the match. A lot of people saw it as, oh my God, the WWE is fucking ruining these matches because they keep stopping them because of blood. Anyway, long story short, what happened was literally 30 seconds into the match, maybe less than that, there was an unintentional headbutt from Finn to Joe. Their heads basically collided with each other. You can see it in slow motion on the network. Their heads collided. Joe got busted open right off his eyebrow. And if you ever boxed in your life, you know that when you get hit underneath your eye, or your eyebrow, that shit bleeds, your eye swells up, it shuts, you get blood in your eye, you can't see shit. It's probably one of the most annoying things I have to deal with is a busted eyebrow. And that's exactly what happened to Joe. It was unintentional, but man, once you saw Joe see that red, when he saw that red, it was like he was a fucking bull, man, and he just saw red. He literally picked up Finn Balor. Balor was running at him, and he picks him up, and he throws him. They were on the outside. He picks him up, and he throws him into the crowd. And there was a security guard standing right behind, because the security guards have their back towards the ring, and they're facing the crowd to make sure the crowd's doing what they're supposed to be doing, make sure nothing bad happens. And since he had his back towards the crowd, or back towards the ring, and facing the crowd, when Joe threw Finn, he just boom crushed this security guard. If you guys see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. They show the security guard right after he throws Finn over that railing, and that security guard goes just face down, plants. He's not moving. Like, he needed an EMT, not Samoa Joe. Anyway, and I'm getting to that next. Next, you just see all of these. You see the ref trying to wipe Joe's blood. People are booing. Let Joe bleed. EMT suck. You got then the EMT started coming out a little bit later. This happened like 4 or 5 times during the match. They stopped the match, literally. So it didn't. It in a way, it took away from the match, having that the emotion stay true to the match. It took away from it. It did, and people were screaming PG sucks. They were chanting that for at least every I would say every single time that the fucking EMTs were out there. They were screaming PG sucks. I'm pretty sure I heard, I don't know if maybe I was hearing things, but I'm pretty sure I heard a HIV chant, which is real fucked up, by the way. But Joe's bleeding, and these EMTs start coming out after Joe's like smacking away the ref. Every time the ref is trying to wipe the blood, he's like smacking him away, and the ref's like, "Let me do my job, dickhead." And Joe's like, "Get the fuck out of here! I want to do I'm trying to work here. I'm trying to fucking work, and you're stopping me." Anyway, still a solid match. They finally glue Joe's eyebrow shut, and we can have the fucking match now. Thank God. I don't know why it took the EMTs forever to do that. They should have just stopped the match once instead of coming back 4 or 5 times. But whatever. What are you gonna do? My prediction was Joe was gonna win the match. I was convinced he was going to win the match. Since Finn is due to debut on Monday Night Raw, possibly during WrestleMania, like I said, my prediction weeks ago. Yeah, I was convinced that Joe was going to win this match. I saw the Muscle Buster. I was like, oh, that's it. 1, 2, 3. It's over. The Demon's finally going to get defeated, and Joe's going to go over huge and just carry on the NXT title and that division to the next level, which is pretty much at the highest level it could be with Finn Balor right there. And once he kicked out, I was like, holy shit. Okay, so he's going to go for the Kimura lock, or not the Kimura lock. What the hell's the matter with me? Joe's submission, whatever the fuck it's called. I forgot. What was it? Later, we get the coup de grace from Finn, and Finn doesn't actually go for the cover. He picks him up, and Joe reverses it, gets him in a submission. He's got him on the. I think he's about to he's about to go out, and then he just lets out Finn Balor just lets out this bellow, this this amazing scream out of his, I don't know where it came from, his 190-pound body, but he lets out this scream, this ah, and you see Joe go like this, and then he's still in the submission, and it was literally if you've ever seen Survivor Series 1996 with Bret the Hitman Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, when Stone Cold Steve Austin has the $1 Million Dream on Bret the Hitman Hart, and he uses the turnbuckle to flip over while still in the lock, flip over Stone Cold Steve Austin, and you get the 1, 2, 3. That is a direct clone finish from that. So if you're familiar with that finish, you'll be familiar with this. Joe's got him in the lock. Finn uses the turnbuckles to flip backwards onto Joe. 1, 2, 3 is the pin. Finn Balor is still your NXT World Champion. So, which was a surprise to me. I was like, wow, I really thought Joe was going to go over, but I don't really have a problem with it. I know Triple H has a big problem with it having the NXT champion debut. It kind of diminishes the title. He said, it diminishes the title. I don't like the way that looks, blah, 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 whatever. Who cares? Who gives a shit? I want to see Joe Balor part 3. That's what I want to see. And in part 3, Joe should win if there is a part 3. But I would do it wouldn't be a rubber match at this point because Finn's beat him twice. But I still think Joe should go over and Joe should be NXT. I can't talk. NXT champion. This was, like I said, this review is not doing it any due justice. Okay, go watch it. Don't watch me anymore. Stop watching. Go on WWE Network. It's fucking free this month. Go watch this. You can skip WrestleMania, but watch this. It's free. Sign up. It's free. This whole month is free of April. You sign up. If you want to watch this, watch it. If you want to watch fucking WrestleMania, go ahead. It's free too. Worst case scenario, you call the WWE Network next month and you say, no, thank you. Thank you, but no, thank you. But at least do yourself a favor and go watch this. This entire card was fantastic from top to bottom. I've talked to people that haven't watched wrestling in over 20 years, and they said, I've had enough of it. I've had enough of or 10 years. I have one friend that hasn't watched it in 10 years, and I got another friend that hasn't watched it in 20. And the one friend that hasn't watched it in 10 years is because of John Cena. He can't fucking stand him. So he's like, I just stopped watching because he's just going to win all the time. And what's the point of the product if you're just going to have one guy win all the time? So he doesn't like John Cena anyway. So he watched it last night and was blown away. He called me, lives in Arizona. He called me and he was like, Anthony, what the fuck did I just watch? And I said, you watched wrestling for a change. And he's like, you're right. And he's like, I'm all in. I'll watch NXT. I just signed up for he's like, I only watched it because you told me to. He's like, but I'll watch NXT. I won't watch fucking Monday Night Raw because that's a shit show. So, and then my other friend hasn't watched it in 20 years, loved it. He's obsessed with Shinsuke Nakamura now. He's like, he's my new favorite wrestler. So, just a fantastic show. Whether it's, like I said, I'd rank this at 9.5 out of 10. The whole show, 9.5 out of 10. And like I said, the only reason I didn't give it a 10 out of 10 was because we didn't get a chance to see the Apollo Crews Elias Sampson match, and that's not the biggest letdown of the century, to be honest with you. But I would have liked to see it. That's all, because I like Apollo Crews. I'd like to see him work. I did get some figures. I did want to talk about that, but I can't sell this. There's nothing really else for me to say about this. I did get a couple figures, actually, mint on card yesterday. Nothing too crazy. I got these for $10 each, and they were brand new, never opened. I got the Miz, updated Miz, and I got Adam Rose. So these are cheap. I got them off Amazon. And let me just tell you, folks, if you are a wrestling fan and you are a wrestling action figure collector, please let me sell you an action figure. Let me sell you on this action figure. Please, whatever you do. This is probably one of the best wrestling action figures that Mattel has ever produced. So please, if you see this in store, do yourself a favor and pick up the Finn Balor Demon action figure. It's an absolutely fantastic figure. The only thing missing out of this figure was the NXT title, which he should have had. But beautiful figure. Love it. Got doubles of it. I'm happy. The world is all right. Okay, now I did want to talk I did want to talk about a couple of things about WrestleMania and my final thoughts going into WrestleMania. I know I kind of goofed when I did my predictions, so I will redo my predictions for WrestleMania really quick. I don't want to keep you guys too long. So I'm going to redo my predictions because I did miss a match, and I feel like a fucking funzanoon about it. So if you don't know what a funzanoon, it's someone that sits in the bathtub, farts, and bites the bubble. So there you go. That's a funzanoon. Fun fact for the day. Look it up. I didn't just make it up either. Okay, pre-show, we have the Divas 10 woman tag, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Team Diva, Total Divas, oh god, versus Team Lana. I'm picking Team Lana, even though fucking Total Divas will go over. Like I even give a shit about this match, but you know. So I'm going with Team Lana just because that's what I'm going to be rooting for. But to be honest with you, I could fucking care less about this match. It's a shame that you know, the SmackDown announcer, he's fantastic. Mauro Ranallo is covering the pre-show. He should be covering WrestleMania and get Michael Cole the fuck out of here. By the way, anyway, there's your pick. All right, Andre the Giant the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I'm sticking to my guns, and I think Kane will win it. A lot of people have said Mark Henry. I don't see that. I think it's either between Kane or Big Show, but I'll go with Kane because Big Show won last year. So, all right. Next, we have the Usos versus the Dudleys, and this is all in the pre-show. This is the I don't care match. I want to change my prediction right now because I originally predicted the Usos to win this match. But since I'm in this fuck you mood, I'm going to go with the Dudleys. The Dudleys have lost pretty much the majority of all their matches. They've put guys over as baby faces, which they should have never came back as. And they've been putting guys over as, including Roman Reigns, over as heels. It's time for them to get their moment, okay? I understand it's highly likely that the Usos will probably fucking win, because they haven't had a lot of moments at WrestleMania, and this will probably be their big moment against the Dudleys, against these legends. But if it were up to me, I would have the Dudleys go over. Who cares about the fucking Usos besides 6-year-old children? I don't care. But that's the pre-show. Thank God. Oh, no. One more. Sorry. One more match. Unfortunately, the U.S. title is moved to the pre-show, which I thought was a great idea because who cares about Kalisto versus Ryback with a minimal build-up, by the way, which is the theme going into this WrestleMania, minimal build-ups. Kalisto versus Ryback. I'm going Kalisto all the way because he hasn't had the title that long. I don't care how many times Ryback tries to sell me that he's going to win this match. I don't see him winning this match. If they're going to do anything with this U.S. title, it's keep it on Kalisto and have him fucking defend it at least, because I don't care. For me, if it were up to me, I'd put Kalisto back with Sin Cara, and they would be the Lucha Dragons. And this way, we have a collective, consistent tag team division. I just don't think Kalisto is a sell as a U.S. title champion. He hasn't done shit with it. No one cares. I don't care. If Ryback wins, I still don't care. So you might as well keep the shit on him until someone else beats him. So I'm going Kalisto. Okay, now that we're out of the shit show, which is my code for the fucking pre-show, we're out of the shit show. We're going to the first match. I don't know which is going to be shown first. I'm assuming that the IC title ladder match will be the first match. So I'm going Kevin Owens. I don't feel like Sami Zayn is ready to win this title yet. He's not ready. He hasn't been in the WWE main roster long enough to win the IC title. I feel like if they put him over all of these guys, or at least over Kevin Owens, that I feel like you rushed it why did you just throw the title on him? Is for the sake of throwing the title on him? No, you want to build the what the fuck's wrong with me right now? You want to build the feud so down the road we can have more matches between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and this way, if Sami Zayn does lose the match, he didn't lose the match himself. Kevin Owens just happened to, there's 6 other guys in the match. You know what I mean? One's got to win. This way, he didn't lose one-on-one, and it doesn't, it's no detriment to his character, so to speak. This way, I mean, that's the way I would do it. I think Kevin Owens should go over. This is the way I do my picks. I would say Kevin Owens, or I don't know, maybe a Dolph Ziggler, but it doesn't make sense if Ziggler wins because it makes more sense for Kevin Owens to win. This way, Zayn and himself can have more matches together, build a better feud. I would say later down the line, I would continue this feud all the way to fucking SummerSlam. And then I would have Zayn go over at SummerSlam. Have him really, just build this feud up. So I'm picking Kevin Owens in the IC title ladder match. Next, we're probably going to have, if I had to guess, let's see. Well, I'm gonna go with the New Day versus the Legion of No One Cares. The Legion of No One Gives a Shit against the New Day 4-on-3 handicap match. This should have been for the tag team titles. I've already explained this. I'm not going to repeat myself again. I'm going with the New Day. Who care? Why would the League of Nations ever go over in this match? I don't know. No one cares about them. They need to disband this stable. It's just a pointless stable at this point. A pointless stable at this point. It is. It was a pointless stable from day one when they put them together. I didn't care. Because you've done nothing with them. So therefore, disband it. No point to it. It's just at this point, it's just for the sake of having a stable. So next, I would assume it's probably going to be the Divas title match. I hate saying that. I hate saying Divas title match. Can't stand that. Anyway, Charlotte versus Becky versus Sasha Banks. If they do this right, they have Charlotte go over and continue the feud with Sasha. But in typical WWE fashion, they'll probably blow their load too soon and put Sasha over, and there goes your feud. Anyway, because if you put Sasha over now, the reason why I'm trying to say they're going to blow their load and they're going to ruin the feud is if you put Sasha over now, okay, and we don't know if Bayley's coming into the picture. If you put her over now, it's too soon. You put her over against Charlotte one-on-one without fucking Becky Lynch involved. And Becky Lynch is the wild card here. If Becky Lynch goes over, I'll be surprised. But if you put Sasha over now, you're going to ruin it, especially with Bayley coming up eventually. Everyone's going to want to see Bayley versus Sasha 3. Everyone's going to want to see that. So this is the way to do it. You have the feud between... You have Charlotte win. They continue the feud. Eventually, Sasha wins. You got Bayley coming up. Now you have those two going at it. Everyone's going to want to see that. You could do a feud between Becky and Charlotte if you want. I don't care if you just have the 4 of them continuously fighting each other. I could care less. As long as it's not fucking Brie Bella or Nikki Bella or fucking Lana or Summer Rae. I don't care. So I'm still going with Charlotte. I think Charlotte will win this match. Plus the deck is stacked against Charlotte. So I think she might sneak one out. She'll cheat to win. Anyway, moving on, we have Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose. This has Dean Ambrose dirty win written all over it. I am not changing this prediction at all. No way Brock Lesnar goes over in this match. As much as a lot of people want to think that he will, this is a dirty win. The Wyatts are going to interfere in this match. That's my prediction. Dean Ambrose wins. Next, we have, and this is the way I'm booking it, Triple H versus Roman Reigns, and I don't give a shit if this is the last match. If this is the last match on the card, I'm turning WrestleMania off. That's what I'm going to do. I'll turn it off. I won't even watch it if this is the last match. Bullshit. Roman Reigns is going to win. If he doesn't, I will be very. I will. I don't even know what I will be. I will be more than surprised. I don't even know how to explain how surprised I would be. More than surprised. Does that exist? I don't know. Moving on, we have the match that everyone gives a shit about. As far as I'm concerned, the rest of these matches can go fuck themselves. I don't care. I would rather just see Shane versus Undertaker, Hell in a Cell, with control over Raw. This is the only match that really means anything. You know what I mean? As much as, a lot of people will be like, well, you can't say that. What about Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar? Don't you want to see Brock Lesnar fight? Yeah, but I would have liked to see him fight against the Wyatts, not Dean Ambrose. This doesn't make sense. This was forced to make Ambrose look good. And I don't have a problem with Dean Ambrose. I like Dean Ambrose. Don't get me wrong. But the way they booked this was all fucked up. Shane versus Taker. I'm still going Shane. Still going Shane. So not changing that at all. There will be interference multiple times within this match, and I just don't see The Undertaker going over. I don't. If he does, like I said, I'll be surprised because at this point, I have convinced myself that Shane is going to be in a bigger role in the upcoming weeks. And if they do business properly, if Vince McMahon wants to do business properly, and he thinks logically, which he doesn't, because he's a 7-year-old, feeble, weak-minded, stubborn son of a bitch that doesn't want to listen to his fucking fans, he will have Shane McMahon go over in this match. And this can spark so many other possibilities. But, yet again, this is the same guy that ruined the Invasion. So, anyway, so those are my predictions. I'm sticking to those. So, what do I got here? 1, 2, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 matches, including the pre-show. And if it were up to me, a little tidbit I want to add to this. A little tidbit. If it were up to me with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, to make this thing mean something, and first of all, it should be on the fucking card, by the way. With new talent. I mean, if you want to throw 1 or 2 veterans in there, great. We got to put new talent in this, and you got to have it mean something. No one gives a shit about fucking any of the people in this battle royal, and I'm a Tyler Breeze fan, and I'm a fan of a couple other wrestlers that are involved with the match. No one cares about anyone in this match. You're not selling this match to anyone. I don't care how many times you tell me you win a fucking trophy with Andre the Giant on it. No one cares about it. If there's not one person in there that anyone gives a shit about, besides probably Damian Sandow and Tyler Breeze, then no one's going to want to watch this shit. So if it were up to me, and this is how I would book it, I would have all the same people in there. I would have someone new win the fucking match. And I would put a stipulation at the end of this match that if whoever wins, they win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal trophy. On top of that, they win a mid-card title of their choice, whether it be a shot at the US title or a shot at the IC title. This way you have a way for people to build themselves. Have the trophy mean something. Almost like a Money in the Bank. It's almost like you're bringing back Money in the Bank, except it's Battle Royal style. Everyone loves Battle Royals. I love them. You love them. Everyone watches my favorite match of all time is the fucking Royal Rumble match. Everyone loves that shit. They love to see people get thrown out. Okay? They love that fucking match. That style of match. Okay? This way, the match will mean something. It gives incentive. I just think it would help your talent so much more if you just give incentive to these matches that you're just doing nothing with, like New Day versus League of Nations with no tag team titles on the line. Fuck sense does that make? The Usos and the Dudleys should be in a goddamn table match. What the hell? It's the writing's on the wall there. The Dudleys don't want to give people tables. The Usos could say, I'm gonna give the fans what they want. I'm gonna give them tables, and we're gonna put your asses through them. That's what I would tell people. But what the fuck do I know? I got a small little shitty YouTube channel. Anyway, but like I said, with the battle royal, you know, whoever wins it wins the trophy and wins a U.S. title shot or a IC title shot. The winner's choice, one of the other. And this way you're helping to build that title. You know, oh, wow, this guy is going to get a shot at the IC title now. Great. And once a year you have this, and it's fantastic. You started doing that with Money in the Bank, and then you took that off, and it turned into its own pay-per-view, which I thought was atrocious. They should just bring Bash at the Beach back and put Money in the Bank back in WrestleMania where it belongs, where it started from. But like I said, what the hell do I know? But those are my thoughts. Those are my final thoughts for WrestleMania, for NXT TakeOver Dallas. Like I said, I'm gonna say this again too. Go watch NXT TakeOver Dallas. That's gonna be your WrestleMania. The way this card has shaped up for WrestleMania compared to the NXT TakeOver Dallas card, whew, trust me. I mean, even if you don't want to watch WrestleMania, it's still free. You don't have to watch it. I mean, it can't hurt to watch it. I'm sure that more viewers will watch WrestleMania 32 than TakeOver Dallas, which is a goddamn shame, and they're missing out. But TakeOver Dallas, almost a 10 out of 10. I should just give it a fucking 10 out of 10, shouldn't I? No, I'm gonna stick to my guns. 9.5 out of 10. They promised us a match, and we didn't get it. But I digress. That's pretty much it for WrestleMania. I'm going to do a WrestleMania review on Monday, possibly. I'm going to be really busy at work on Monday, so I'm going to attempt to do the video that day. At the worst case scenario, I'll probably do it Tuesday, so stay tuned for that if you want to. But that's pretty much it. If you guys are pumped for WrestleMania, to each their own. But I don't have high expectations going into this. Lowered expectations. Anyway, you know what that reference is, then you'll get a giggle. But yeah, future plans. I'm just going to keep uploading reviews as much as I can. I've been working a lot of overtime lately, but I'm sure you guys don't want to hear that. But I'm uploading reviews. I just uploaded the Mattel Batman vs. Superman multiverse figure, if you guys want to check that out. I have more wrestling action figure reviews coming. I still have to shoot this Finn Balor figure, and if you didn't get it, go get one, please, because eventually this guy is going to go up in price, and then you missed out on a fantastic figure. Look at the look at the war paint on this dude. Fantastic. Oh, one more thing I want to add before I go. One of the coolest entrance attires I've ever seen Finn Balor have, by the way, was at NXT TakeOver Dallas. And I'm just going to say it involved a chainsaw. And it worked. That's all I'm going to say. You got to go watch it. Just fucking watch the damn thing. Watch it. Please. Please go watch it. Please. Do me a favor. You don't want to do yourself a favor, do me a favor. If you like my channel, go watch TakeOver Dallas, please. Anyway, all right, I'm done selling that shit. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching as always, and I will see you guys on the flip side.